Thomas, he's also called the twin. He's one of the 12 disciples, but he wasn't with the rest of them when Jesus had appeared to them. So when they found Thomas, they said, "Hey, Thomas, we found him. It's Jesus, and he is alive." Thomas says, "Nah, there's no way I'm going to believe that. Unless I put my hands right here where he was pierced or his side, I won't believe it." 8 days later, Jesus reappears to his disciples, and this time, old Thomas is there. Jesus looks at his disciples and says, "Peace be with you." He then looks at Thomas and says, "Come, put your hands right here where I was pierced and on my side." Thomas falls before him and says, "My Lord, my God." Jesus says, "Thomas, you believe because you've seen, but blessed are those who believe but have not yet seen." A little while later, a few of the disciples are hanging out by the Sea of Galilee, and Peter says, "Hey, I'm gonna go fishing." The rest of them say, "All right, we'll go fishing with you." They go fishing that night, and they don't catch not one fish. Not even one fish did they catch the entire night. On the shore, there's a man. This man is Jesus, but they have no idea that it's Jesus. So Jesus shouts to them and says, "Hey, you guys got anything to eat?" Imagine, they just spent the whole night fishing. It's almost morning time, it's still dark. The disciples say, "We didn't catch anything, man. We got no food." So Jesus says, "Why don't you throw your net on the right side of the boat?" The disciples had nothing to lose, so they went ahead and threw the net on the right side of the boat. Immediately, that net was full of fish, so heavy they couldn't even pull it out of the water. John says, "That is Jesus." When Peter hears this, he puts on his coat, jumps in the water, and goes swimming to the shore. The rest of the disciples go ahead and lug that net full of fish on the boat. When they get to the shore, they see the fish cooking, some bread, some fire going. And Jesus says, "Hey, bring some of that fish you guys just caught." By this time, Peter gets there, and he helps with the net. That net is full of 153 huge fish, and the net didn't even break. Jesus tells the disciples, "Come and eat some breakfast, guys." So they sit down. Jesus feeds them some fish, some bread. They all eat. After they finish eating, Jesus turns to Peter and says, "Peter, you love me more than these?" And Peter says, "Yes, Lord, I love you." He said, "Then tend to my lambs." He asks him a second time, "Peter, you love me?" Peter says, "Yes, Lord, I love you." And Jesus says, "Feed my sheep." He asks him a third time, "Peter, do you love me?" At this point, Peter's like, man, he's just sad. It's like, "Lord, you know everything. Come on, you know that I love you." He said, "Then feed my sheep." He said, "Peter, when you were young, you were able to put on clothes and go wherever you wanted to. But when you're old, other people are going to stretch out your hands. And they're going to take you places where you don't want to go. You follow me." Then Peter says, "How about this guy?" He points to John. Jesus says, "What about this guy? What is it to you if I were to keep him alive until I return?" "Peter, don't worry about all that. I need you to follow me."